Tonight Show recently, and he did this poem about complaining that I thought was really great. And of course, I was like, you should perform it. So that's what I'm doing. I did edit it a little bit because there were some personal things from his life in there, so there are now personal things from my life in there. And also, just kind of like change some of like the complaining stuff to being what we would complain about on a sales team. So, if you'll give me a second, I'll catch my breath.
Take that away,
so,
Katie.
You got that wine down?
I haven't had a shot, you know, like, so, I'm not on stage, you can't see all your faces, it's fine, so. Whenever I find myself complaining about the little things, and I complain about the little things a lot, I remind myself that the following are all true stories. May 26, 2003, Aaron Ralston was hiking and caught his hand underneath a boulder. 4 days later, he amputated it with his own knife. On New Year's Eve, a woman in Zimbabwe jumped off from bungee jumping and her cord broke. She fell into alligator-infested waters, swam back to shore with a broken collarbone. Claire Chaplin was smashed in the face by that 5-pound watermelon. Matthew Gross was hit by a javelin. David Striegel was punched in the mouth by a kangaroo. The most amazing part of these stories is that when asked about the experience, they all smiled and shrugged and said, I guess it could be worse. So go ahead. Tell me that you're having a bad day. Tell me about the traffic. Tell me about your boss. Tell me about the no you had. Tell me about the sale you didn't make, the reports you didn't file. Tell me about how you haven't spent enough time with your family. Tell me that the morning is just a townhouse burning to the ground, that the snooze button is a fire extinguisher. Tell me that the alarm clock stole the keys to your smile, drove it into 7 a.m. traffic, SIG alert, and crashed and totaled your happiness. Tell me. Tell me. Tell me how blessed we are to have tragedies so small that they fit on the tips of our tongues. You see, when my brother was hit by a car and almost killed, my family didn't speak, they became mute. When my husband at the time asked me for a divorce, I lost every word I ever knew. When my friend was assaulted in her garage, it took her 4 days to speak again. And when my friend Sarah lost her 3-year-old to a tumor that only kills toddlers, it took all of us in a search party to go find her voice. You see, silence and tragedy sometimes have the exact same address. Most people have no idea. So when your day is a museum of disappointments hanging from events that were outside of your control, when you find yourself flailing in an ocean saying, why is this happening to me? When it feels like your guardian angel put its 2 weeks notice in 2 months ago but forgot to tell you, when it feels like God is a babysitter hanging out on the phone, when it feels like life has punched you in the esophagus, remember that there are 2 million people dying of dehydration. So it doesn't matter if the glass is half empty or half full. There is water in the cup. Sometimes all we have to do is drink it and stop complaining. You see, muscle is created by repeatedly lifting things that were meant to weigh you down. So when you're heavy, your arms feel heavy, your shoulders heave, stand straight, lift your chin, move your chest, move from your core and call it exercise. Remember that life is like a gym membership with a really complicated cancellation policy. Remember that you will get through this. You have gotten through this. Remember that things could be and can be worse. Remember that you are never given more than you can handle. Remember when the world crumbles around you and sometimes you have to look at the wreckage of it and rebuild out of the new pieces that are still remaining. Remember